Hi everyone, it's Stephanie Thompson. Welcome back to Read Your Library. We've been looking at my small collection within my library of books on the part of the world that I'm originally from, the Middle East and the general environs, Persian Gulf, Mediterranean, etc. And we've come to a book that has a special place in my heart, Black September to Desert Storm, written by Claude Salhani, who is my uncle. My mom's brother, and I had a small part in bringing this book to life because I was a first reader and also did the first copy edit of it, giving Claude some grammar, punctuation advice, and just general feedback on the book. And I was very excited that it eventually became published, and it's definitely worth a read if you have any interest at all in the history of this region. Claude is a photojournalist, has been for many years, and these are stories from his career covering, as the title would indicate, the period of time between Black September and Desert Storm, the first Gulf War, and the beginning of the Gulf War. And Claude was born in Egypt and then moved to Lebanon with my mom's family and became a photojournalist at a very early age and covered everything that happened in the region for the longest time. He was in a good position because he could speak many languages. He knew the area. He could move about maybe a little easier and freer than some of the Western journalists who were there, but he was thoroughly versed in the languages and the techniques of the Western journalists. So he really was able to straddle both worlds and get a lot of access. And he writes about his personal experiences of all the things that he covered, everything from the Civil War in Lebanon to terrorist action, hostages, Israeli conflict, hijackings, the peace process, and then the events leading up to the Gulf War. So it's really an interesting lens, not to make a pun, on all of these various things you read about in the news, to read about them from the perspective of someone who was covering the news at the time and who had some hair-raising escapades, to say the least. His life was in danger many times, and he really was very lucky to get through it all relatively unscathed, for which, of course, everyone in his family is very grateful. And I really recommend the book. He has a great sense of humor. He's very observant, and it will definitely give you a different picture of the events of this time in this region and what the journalists' lives were like and what it was like to be on the front lines, behind the front lines, and a witness to history, basically. So Black September to Desert Storm, pick it up. I think it's still available. It was a limited print run, but I think you can still get it. So check it out on Amazon, and I'll see you next time on Read Your Library.